Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, May 25th. Skipped yesterday. Didn't game with my buddies. Got some groceries. Read some book. Today, took off work an hour early because I was going to have family plans and trying to fit that in with movie day and book reading. I was like, just a little more time is needed. I'm almost done. But I want to finish it today. So, took a little extra time off. Family plans fell through, so it just turned out into an extra hour of reading, I guess. So I'll make sure that I finish this, and I'll find a movie. I was going to find a short movie again, but with the extra time, I guess maybe it means I don't have to find a short movie. But still, about 15 pages right now left in that book. I'm into the monsters, reading through the monsters. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna get through. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done today. That way tomorrow I can film the video. Hopefully get it edited, scheduled at least a day in advance so that I'm not worrying about it. That's the goal. I've done it. I won. The book is read. I'll worry about cleaning off the table tomorrow to actually film the review. But the book is read. Without the review itself, I would say would recommend. But in general, that's how I feel about a lot of the D&D books. In fact, really, I collect the D&D books at this point, so I mean, really, I'd recommend you do the same. Just own all of the 5th edition D&D books. That's my goal. That's good. So originally I was thinking of a movie, like, can I get another 75-minute movie? But because I didn't end up with time with family, I have a little more time. Not a whole lot more time. That I got distracted while reading. Did a little D&D prep. You know, inspired by the reading. So, took a little longer than it might have otherwise. But still got a little more time. So I don't want to, and really, my mindset is I don't want to use one of those super short movies if I don't need it, because I expect that there will be days that I will need it. And while I won't keep up watching a movie a week forever, as of this point I am thinking I might still be able to do it at least this year. Maybe longer. I don't know. When I get started working on something, I just kind of keep it going. It's know how to commit. I don't want a whole lot longer though. My mind is saying either Robin Hood, which actually ties into a little of the game prep I was doing, or Scooby-Doo. You know, scary stuff in the book I was reading. Decisions. I'm doing Scooby-Doo. Let's watch Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. And I would give Scooby-Doo 7.4 out of 10. Again. And I would give Scooby-Doo 7.4 out of 10. It's a fun movie. Obviously, yeah, has some like last week, you know, its target audience is definitely kids. But it's more than that. It has gone beyond that. From the back of the box. Zoinks! 2 years after a clash of egos forced Mystery Inc. to close its doors, Scooby-Doo and his clever crime-solving cohorts Fred, Freddie Prinze Jr., Daphne, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Shaggy, Matthew Lillard, and Velma, Linda Cardellini, are individually summoned to Spooky Island to investigate a series of paranormal incidents at the ultra-hip spring break hotspot. concerned that his way cool theme park might truly be haunted, Spooky Island owner Emil Montevarius, Rowan Atkinson, tries to reunite those notoriously meddling detectives to solve the mystery before his supernatural secrets scares away the college crowds. Scooby and the gang will have to overcome their personal differences and forget everything they think they know about fake ghouls and phony creatures to crack the case, save themselves, and possibly the world. Ruh-roh. Yeah, she says ruh-roh. I think you might get from how that alone is worded, how they worded the blurb on the back of the box, that they so good, from the alliteration to the sound effect. Casting is great. And all around, casting is great. Particularly for me now, older, wiser, into D&D. I love Matthew Lillard just in general. If you're familiar with D&D, he runs the company Beetle and Grimm's, does the high-end versions of D&D products, which I don't have any of, but it is just cool for me, like, that guy's a nerd. And really just along the board, they just so perfectly encapsulate the characters that they are portraying. They do such a perfect job. It was such an amazing, and this movie was what, 2002? Yeah, 2002. So of course Scooby-Doo was on when I was growing up. Cartoon, great. Never something I like dedicated to follow, but always one of those ones of, you know, you're at home and it's on. Yeah, sure, I'll watch this. I'm a kid and I have nothing better to do with my time than just watch something that's good enough. Oh, man, I miss that free time. So I knew the characters, I was familiar with it, and it was always entertaining. This movie opens with basically a traditional, like the ending of a traditional episode. Encapsulates the feel of the cartoon wonderfully. And then the gang breaks up. They squabble a bit at the end and they break up. And you have Shaggy, helpless, as his friends are leaving. And he is sad. And we're like 4 minutes into the movie and I am crying. I mean, it's not difficult to get me to cry at a movie. But usually you have to really invest into the characters first. No, I know enough of these characters from the cartoon that as that heartbreak happens, I just start crying. And so the story is of them all being summoned to this island by somebody who's trying to draw them back together to get into this. There is the romance interest for Shaggy. Shaggy has a real crush on Mary Jane. I see what they did there. I see what you're doing. I didn't when I was younger. When I first watched the movie, I didn't catch that reference. But I do now. And there's other ones like that. There are definite those hints and references and jokes that I get that a kid wouldn't get. And that is the difference between a kid's movie that is more of a family movie as opposed to just for children. It plays out. I so often just spoil the movies as I talk about them here. But spoiling the movie isn't how I would express why I care for the movie so much. So I'd rather encourage you, check it out. It does have an interesting twist. Who's behind the mask? They set it up. They set it up well. It's good. Although I will spoil enough to say that unlike the traditional episode where it's all explained away through gadgets, there is certainly some of that. There is some that is mystic voodoo magic stuff actually in there, which I think is basically needed for taking a Scooby-Doo story, traditional television half-hour show, and making a story that is worthy and makes sense for a feature-length movie. Why are you doing such a long... It's because actual things are going on here. That's what sets this apart from the normal episodes. Man, I would love if, like, Netflix or one of those places that Disney Plus or one of those things that where they produce the shows, if they just got this cast and just started doing like normal half-hour, like traditional Scooby-Doo episodes live action. Oh, that would be great. They should do that. I know it's obviously been nearly 20 years. The cast is probably far too old to play the roles anymore. Not in my mind. I don't know. They can do it. But yeah, so there's real supernatural stuff going on, but that's not necessarily what's at the heart of it. They, multiple times, they place threads of information, and later in the episode, later in the show, they pull those up and they use those. You know, they place threads of Daphne saying, you know, oh no, I'm no longer a damsel, I've, you know, studied martial arts, and then at a certain point when you get to see it play off, they lay a thread as simple as, oh no, you wanna you know, get a dog to stop a behavior, you just flick them in the nose, and they demonstrate it not working, and then just see how it comes back when it comes back later on. Just simple things. You set down a thread, you show something. Why is that happening? What's the point of that? Oh, it was a joke, haha. But they bring it back later. They're good at it. It's one of the things that I like in a movie. I like in a story is when those simple things get put out and then they're referenced and they come back later. I don't know. I grew up on Harry Potter. I got used to that kind of storytelling, and I love it. Which, I mean, it's obviously that's not the place it originated, and it's very common. I think it's very common to be well enjoyed for that kind of storytelling, but I like it. And they do it quite well. Visually interesting. Feels true to the cartoons. And it has some real heart. Makes me care. I liked it. Scooby-Doo. But yeah, so... Oh, and I will say also, I have a history with this menu screen. I'll bring up this menu screen. This is not the main menu. If you're on the main menu of this DVD, it'll play through a few times, and then it just starts playing the movie. The movie plays through, you can watch the movie, and then it drops you onto this, which is the Special Features menu screen. The Special Features menu screen does not start playing something. It will just continue to loop this same screen. And there's music that plays during it. I generally leave the DVD screens up while I'm discussing. But I, of course, mute the TV because that's copyrighted music. But it is music, and it is bouncy, and it's the kind of music that if you listen to it long enough, it'll drive you mad. And I have a recollection of, as a kid, I guess, probably would have been in high school at that point. I don't know. Movie was fairly new at the point. But I was spending the night at my buddy Dustin's house, and I wake up in the morning, and he's still asleep. And the movie had been on, I guess, as we were going to sleep. And so it's on this menu with that repetitive short bit of song playing on loop. And I'm just lying there. I don't know where his remote is to turn it off. I have no ability to stop it, to mute it, to turn... That's all up in his bed where he is laying. So I don't want to disturb him, so I can't do that. And I'm just kind of sitting around for like an hour waiting for him to wake up so that he could stop the music. I don't like the music anymore. It's like a 30 or 40 second loop, basically. That's already kind of, it's all like tiki themed, just kind of the theme of the movie, and it's already very repetitive in and as it is, and then the short little part of it loops again further. Oh my god, repetitive menu. Enough so that I remember it now. 15 to almost 20 years later. I remember it. But, yeah, you can't fault the movie for the menu. Anyways. I got everything I needed done today. I was a little sad that I didn't get to go spend time with family, as I thought I was going to. But, yeah, all the same. Got a movie in for movie day. I got the rest of the book read. I'll be able to review that tomorrow. Hopefully morning. I'm still dealing a little bit with crud, but most of it's gone. If anything, sometimes in the mornings it takes a little bit to clear up. But hopefully I can get through that pretty quick and get it recorded in the morning. Because if I record it in the morning, that means I can set files to import into the editing software and hopefully even edit it tomorrow. And I want to get all of it done if I can. I'm rambling at this point though, and I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues.